From the start, VANOC's promises have been green, 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 the bid book calling for a carbon-neutral games. And last spring, VANOC committed to offsetting its own emissions and those of people coming to the games.
We humbly accept the challenge. We will track and report on all of the games-related sources of emissions that they have identified, and we will let the public judge for themselves how well we do at it.
To meet the goal, it commissioned a report by one of the most respected environmental agencies in the country, the David Suzuki Foundation, to help them in their quest for a carbon-neutral games. Global News has learned next week that very organization will issue a damning report saying not only are the games not carbon neutral, VANOC's not even close. To reach their target, the Suzuki Foundation told VANOC it would need to offset 328,000 tons of direct and indirect emissions. In March, VANOC announced a target of 300,000. But they quietly changed their minds, deciding to offset just 118,000 tons of direct emissions. So what changed? Well, VANOC wants you to think of it like a wedding.
Maybe the wedding party would cover the airline costs of the wedding party and the immediate family. But then would the wedding party be expected to cover the costs of extended family and friends?
At best, the games will be approximately 30 or 40% carbon neutral. So it's disingenuous and untruthful to say that the games are carbon neutral.
What's more, VANOC and even our premier continue to tell the world the games will be carbon neutral. Last month, Gordon Campbell went to Copenhagen and handed out this paper to dignitaries and delegates, stating unequivocally Vancouver's games are carbon neutral. Do you think this is a carbon neutral games when you're not offsetting the indirect carbon emissions, which are much larger than the direct ones?
I would say that we're really confident in the comprehensiveness of this program.
But your critics would say you've moved the goalposts. You were going to offset everything, direct and indirect, and now you're only offsetting direct.
We've mounted a comprehensive program for the whole carbon program, and I think it's important for people to appreciate that we're not just focusing on offsets.
VANOC has launched a voluntary program for sponsors and spectators to make up the large gap. But that's unlikely to work, according to the David Suzuki Foundation. Only about 5% of travelers participate in offset programs.